Hello, fellow Biafrans, wonderful people, lovers of freedom all over the world. I am here once more today for us to continue with the Biafran agitation and Biafra liberation and Biafra restoration, all in one. I greet each and every one of us. We Biafrans, we can never stop. That is the Biafrans that are truly fighting for survival and for their freedom, not those Biafrans that are paying lip service to freedom, or those Biafrans who are really making mockery of what the serious Biafrans are doing. I invite you from wherever you are to join and make your contributions. Fellow Biafrans, lovers of freedom, yesterday our Prime Minister Mazi Simon Ekpa was on the air being interviewed by a man called popularly Dr. Damage. So a lot was said, so many people expressed their views. My people, I want us to join together and listen to what the expression of some people are and what people think about what our Prime Minister is doing and about what we are doing. Before I go into the matter, the whole matter, and the whole interview, let me thank God and say a prayer. Father, Lord, my God, merciful God, I call upon you today to come and take glory and honor and praises because you are a wonderful God and because whatever we do, we place God first. Father, Lord, we, your children, the Biafrans, both home and abroad, are calling upon you to come and be at the center of what we are doing so that we will march forward successfully. I know it is not easy because freedom is not free. Father, Lord, I commit my leader, Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, into your holy hands. Almighty God, release him for us. Release him because he has been incarcerated for so many years now. Father, Lord, show him mercy. My Lord, I also implore your infinite mercy and kindness to support and protect our Prime Minister, the man that receives the bullet now. Ojukwu received the bullet, Uwazurike received it, Mazi Nnamdi Kanu is still receiving it. And right now, all the bullets are channeled to our PM. But by the special grace of God, he will overcome them. And we will excel come 2nd of December this year, 2024. God, I thank you. He say, wonderful Biafrans, you know there's a proverb that said that anyone who does not know where a corpse was buried or who wasn't there when the corpse was buried, if they want to exhume that dead body, they will start from the foot. Right now, many people are talking about Biafra because they don't understand what Biafra stands for and what Biafra is all about. Biafra is about survival and freedom of a certain tribe that never allows anybody to intimidate them or to marginalize them. Though we have been marginalized, intimidated, trampled upon, incarcerated, killed in great numbers. But we keep carrying on until we can no longer go on with it. So many people will come, they will tell you that Biafra is Igbo. Biafra is not Igbo. You are not. But all the eastern region have now realized the fabric which those accusing us were made of. It is always good that when you want to start something, you have to take feasibility study to know how you are going to start that thing, whether you are capable of doing it, whether it is worth your while doing it, whether they will help you or support you to do it. Worldwide, they have what is called human rights, right to freedom, right to defense, right to live, right to be respected as a human being, which emanated from the right given by God the Creator. But these days, when you talk about God, people will mock you. You will not believe that someone said to me, people don't watch your program because when you are starting your program, you start praying to God. And the person started laughing. You will call Jesus. And I listened to the person. I said, this is it. The change that we are bringing to ourselves. The cost that people bring to themselves. In everything I do in my life, I was taught by my parents. That was the doctrine. God first in everything we do. So today, many things have changed because people no longer want to embrace the realities of life, the truth about life. All we want is quick, 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 rush, rush, rush. But all those things you are rushing to grab and get, who made it? Is God. Therefore, before you could reach anything made by God, you have to pray to Him. That is my own belief. I'm not forcing it on anyone. I am not here to gather crowd or to pull crowd, but if the crowd come, they are welcomed to hear what is the problem. Since 1945, they started killing my people because they want to Islamize us, and we do not want them. We are already Christians. Why don't you practice your own? And I practice mine. Why the force? Why force people? But this is the case with Africans. The people who brought about the Islamic religion, they no longer talk about religion. They now talk about development. They now develop their countries because they have gotten what they wanted. But in Africa, no, we will still continue. So the problem in Nigeria does not, it didn't start today. It started so many years ago, before my father was even born, before I was born. Now, our Prime Minister, Mazi Simon Ekpa, wasn't even, I'm not sure that his parents were born then. Even 1967, 1966, when they started buying the Igbos in the north, our PM was not born then. 1967, when Gowon declared war against Biafrans, our PM was not born yet. Even 1970, when the war ended, he was not born. You know how many million children that were starved to death by Nigeria government and their allies because they want to keep our oil and gas. That's all. So materialism, religion, politics, these are all the reasons that Biafrans are being killed in their own region. It's not as if we went to the north to fight the northerners. If we go there, we go there because they closed everything in the south, which is where we came from. They closed everything down. So before you get anything, you must either go to north or you go to southwest. Because these are the two people that were earmarked to rule Nigeria. We are not allowed to rule Nigeria. We are not allowed to speak. We are not allowed to exist. We are not allowed to do business. No school, no hospital, Hospital is the most important thing. There is none. No roads, communication, movement of things. We don't have any. No, you cannot, no embassy, everything, no international airport, nothing, no seaport. We are just like slaves in our own ancestral land. And nobody wants us to talk. In 21st century, now our leader, Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, has been incarcerated the second time now because Ojukwu lost the war. He came back. They asked him that the condition for you to be in Nigeria, if you want to be in Nigeria, hello, Kingsley Isaac, thank you for joining. They want Ojukwu, they wanted him to form a political party. If he wants to stay in Nigeria, he came back from Gabon and he formed a party called APGA. And that's where Obi came from. Obi later ran for a presidential election, which we all know was fake. It was fake because they wanted Obi to come out as an Igbo man and for him to distract all the people following Mazi Nnamdi Kanu while Mazi Nnamdi Kanu was incarcerated. Obi did not win. And I have a video here where Mr. Sowore was telling some group of people why the Igbo man can never rule Nigeria. Why should we be kept hostage in our own ancestral home by people who walked like loco in Acapulco from North Africa to our region to come and enslave us, intimidate us, take everything that belongs to us? We can never keep quiet. I personally cannot keep quiet. Even if they shut me up today, so many people will come up. Biafra must come or nothing. Even if they want this war to carry on till we are gone, we don't mind. We will never succumb to Nigeria. Not anymore. We worked round the clock tirelessly to make Nigeria what it is today, yet we are not accepted. Yet we are not allowed to do anything, to be anything, or to see anything. Say nothing, hear nothing, go nowhere, remain stagnant. That's what we are good for. When a Biafran talks, no matter which country, Nigeria government will send someone to go there and arrest them. But a senator said that what is good for the Southeast is death. Nobody said a word. All of them, Asari Dokubo, they will come and use your own brother. So yesterday our PM was interviewed and so many people came on board to ask questions, and some were saying their mind. People were saying their mind, and this is liberty, this is freedom, this is what this generation is all about, freedom of speech. But we are not allowed to say anything, we are not allowed to do anything. There's a very big red line drawn. If you cross it, you know what you will get as an Igbo man in Nigeria. How can that happen? And of us that are Biafrans, they will go and corrupt some, wash their brain, very whitewash it. Tell them you are not Biafra, you are not Igbo. But now everybody is realizing it because Fulanis have now overstepped their bounds. Now they will come to your state, give you 1 million naira because they have impoverished the people to the extent that everybody is hungry. They will give you 1 million naira for you to be Islamized. To tell you that these people, their secret agenda is no longer secret. It has been exposed. So this is why we want to leave. We want to leave. You cannot be buying people. You go and bring people from Sahel and replace them. Then human rights principles and policies, where has it gone to? We can no longer take it. Anybody insulting our PM know very, very well that you are insulting the entire region, because we love what our Prime Minister is doing for us. He is not happy. We were all one Nigerian, working hard to make Nigeria work, but Nigeria will never work. While we were one Nigeria, secular state, the ones in the north, they have their own cabals. They have their Sharia law working up there in a nation. Which country in this world has two governments? They have one. In the Sokoto Caliphate, their government is there. Then in the south, a different government. No, my people. Adamu Munabo, you don't die twice, only once. In the 50s or in the 40s, when they were taking our people slavery to America, they all jumped into the ocean. They said, no, no one can take us. That are our ancestors, and we are their descendants. We can never change for anyone. You can never enslave us. Not anymore. Before they were doing it indirectly. But now it is very clear to us. We can never be slave to anyone. So,
Biafra is a fight for survival. Because as it is right now, we don't even...
Yes, this my brother, he is very, very correct. Biafra is a fight for survival. Let's listen to those who were attacking our PM and some who were with him.
Biafra is a fight for survival. Because as it is right now, we don't even know who is an Igbo person or not anymore in our place. We need Biafra so that we can survive. So we'll be able to police our own borders. We'll be able to know who is coming in and who is going out from our place. We'll be able to know who we are, how many that we are. If Biafra is not all about politics, the guy forefather keep talking about politics, change government. Were you not here when Imo State did election and they brought what is his name? Hope Uzodinma from fourth place to first. What did you do? How many elections have they done in Nigeria where someone actually wins? 2-3 days later, they tell you that Supreme Court has judged somebody else a winner. What have you done? It is too late to go and fight Nigeria politically because the people who have taken over Nigeria have taken over every position. In the southeast, how many police commissioners are Igbos in Igbo states? You have police commissioner in Imo State and Hausa man, police commissioner in our area that don't know anything about us. They are Fulanis. How do you deal with all this?
Yes, my people, he's talking about police commissioner coming from the north in the southern region. During 1966-1967, Ojukwu and Gowon, the then Nigeria military head of state, when this war was brewing up, because the Fulani government in Nigeria is now using military to go and buy people in Southeast and many other states, is exactly the same way they were using the set of Ojukwu group of army, including Mr. Nwobosi. May his soul rest in peace, and may the soul of Ojukwu, our great leader, rest in peace. They were using them in the 50s and 60s to buy people. They used them to get Kwara State and Islamize Kwara State. Today, Kwara State is a Yoruba land. And this carried on. And the soldiers said, no, we cannot sit down and watch ourselves being used to to decimate our own people. Soldiers regrouped and had coup. During that time, Ojukwu was the governor in Enugu State, and Aguiyi was there. And they said that Igbos are the ones causing trouble because we refused and resisted them to be Islamized then, because they were coming with force. The same way they are operating now was the same way they operated then. And our Prime Minister, Mazi Simon Ekpa, wasn't born then. Simon was born in the 80s. But all these things happened in the 1940s, 1950s, and 1960s. So you can imagine that this problem we have today in Nigeria, it didn't start today. It did not start today. Then they said, other African countries said, let us settle two of you. Gowon and Ojukwu went to Aburi in Ghana. They call it Aburi Accord. They went there. They said, you have to be in regions so that whatever your region produces, your region will be in charge of it. They will have regional police, regional everything. There were so many embassies in Enugu State, which was where Ojukwu was the governor there, 1966-67. They agreed that your own region will police your region. Whatever you have, you manage it and pay to the central government. They agreed. Gowon agreed. Ojukwu agreed. And they came back. And they told Gowon, no, we will not accept that. Because they want to continue to control our oil and our gas. You know, when you are taking something from somebody, you will be telling the person the volume or the amount or the number that they should give you. Then you are no longer a beggar. You become automatic owner. That's what they are. They want to control everything that we have. And these are people that came from Sahel and settled in the northern part of the country. And the northerners welcomed them. Nobody troubled them. But they are the troublemakers. And they have style and pattern. Their style is that they will use the one they call economic jihad to make you hungry. That's what they used during the war to kill almost 500 children, 5 million children died of kwashiorkor and hunger. They will use your brother to fight you. And they will say, oh, you Igbos, you can't even be together. You hate yourself. We don't hate ourselves. We are the light of that Nigeria. But they never wanted us. Somebody that came from Mauritania. Everybody knows where Mauritania is in Africa. They are not even from our region. Not at all. They are not from the north. They are not from the south. They came from another place under the leadership of their grandfather, Usman Dan Fodio, in 1808. Then you will come to someone's land, you want to take what belongs to that person, you want to control the person, and you don't want that person to talk. That is the situation Biafras found themselves. So this our brother here that said that the police in our region are all Fulanis. You can imagine how a selfish, self-centered person is in your own matter. They don't want you to do anything. They want to overrun you, because Fulanis normally are marauders. They are wanderers. They wander from country to country. They have no settlement. They live in the bush. We don't live in the bush. We go to the north, we go to the west, we travel far and wide, All over the world, you will find an Igbo person. But whenever we come there, we want to make ourselves available for usage. Every services, all areas, all parastatals, we will be there working. We work tirelessly to make a living, to provide for our children and for our unborn children. But they are not the type. They are the lazy ones that sit in the bush drinking cow milk and drinking cow blood. That's what they feed on. So you can imagine such people living with you. They don't want you to talk. They don't want us to exist. Oil belongs to us. Gas belongs to us. If they have oil anywhere in Nigeria, let them go there and excavate it. Let them go and drill it. Why die on our own? A nation that made you what you are, you want to destroy them. So let me play this, our brother's voice. Let's listen to him.
Igbos in Igbo states. You have police commissioner in Imo State, and Hausa man, police commissioner in our area that don't know anything about us. They are Fulanis. How do you deal with all this? The man, Tom, he just hates Simon for no reason. You can't keep saying that Simon is killing our people. What evidence do you have? If Tom can give me an evidence that Simon is killing our people, I will give him 1 million naira wherever he is today. You don't have an evidence. Nothing to show. You just want to come and destroy someone's image because you don't like him.
Yes, they don't like Simon. Why don't they like Simon? Because Simon is fighting for justice, for truth. Simon stands for truth and equity. He stands for progress. He is doing all this. You can imagine a terrorist nation. A nation that terrorizes people, intimidate women and children, and sleep with women by force. If you, in fact, in most cases, they will buy them. They will kill them. You can't go to the farm. You cannot do anything. And all they do is that they will bring their soldiers from Fulani oriented background. They will come and position them to protect these terrorists and form roadblocks all over the place. My people, Biafrans are in hellfire in Nigeria. In hellfire. We have to speak up for the world to hear our voice. We are in hellfire. Yet, the oil, they will protect it and guide it with their own soldiers. With their own soldiers, so that you cannot talk. And somebody will tell you, I hate Simon. You can hate Simon for all I care. We love Simon with passion, with everything in us. Simon is the next bold man after our leader was abducted. Where are the rest? When Onyendu Mazi Nnamdi Kanu was there, he was asking, I want 100 men. Our PM came out and said, Onyendu, you will find 50 men in me. Go and look for 50. Where are that 50? None came to offer his services or his support for what Onyendu was doing. Now, the same group of people connived with that Nigeria government and sold Onyendu. Why did Onyendu get incarcerated? He got incarcerated because he does not agree with what they are saying. He refused to give up Biafra. And that Biafra is what our prime minister is fighting for. So why are all these hypocrites calling Onyendu, calling Simon? Now that they brought back Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, what has changed in Nigeria? At least Mazi Nnamdi Kanu is not walking on the streets of Nigeria. He is incarcerated underground. DSS has underground prison. That's where Onyendu has been for 4 whole years. What has changed in Nigeria? Now another set of terrorists called Lakakuna or whatever they are called is there. They will come to your village. They will be giving people 1 million naira to Islamize you, for you to accept Sharia law, because they have taken time to put people under bondage, make them hungry, so that when they give you this money, you will accept and you get Islamized. It cannot work with us. It will never work in Biafra land. It will not work, not at all.
This is wrong. We can't keep doing this. We're fighting for survival so that our unborn children can survive. If you don't like what someone is doing, then keep quiet or give us an alternative. You say someone's action is bringing the army to come and kill us. Someone came into this struggle 2019, where the army not killing us in our place. Before someone raised an army, we were protesting on the street with flags. Where the army is not killing us with flags.
Yes. What the very salient point that this our brother raised is that before, I said it here, I'm going to repeat it, before our Prime Minister joined Biafra movement in 2019, before then, my people, our PM has not joined Biafra movement, but they were being killed whenever they come with Biafra flag. Right, this August, 1st till 10th of August, there was protest in Nigeria. And during that protest, children from northern part of Nigeria, Kaduna to be precise, were flying Russian flag. Not even Nigeria flag, oh. Russian flag. But we were flying Biafran flag in Aba. We were quiet. In Enugu, we were quiet. Oka, we were quiet. Hundreds and nobody. Those children were flying flags. Though they were treated badly by being kept in the police custody for 4 months and was only brought out 2 Fridays ago to the court. And they were almost dying, those children, to show you how wicked and very tyrannous that Nigeria can be. Children, they were flying those flags, but nobody did anything to them because they are northerners. If that were to be those children, none of them will be alive. Hello, Onyebuchi, thank you. Thank you so much. So we are listening to our brothers here talking about our freedom.
Someone is killing our people. I will give him 1 million naira wherever it is today. You don't have an evidence, nothing to show. You just want to come and destroy someone's image because you don't like him. This is wrong. We can't keep doing this. We're fighting for survival so that our unborn children can survive. If you don't like what someone is doing, then keep quiet or give us an alternative. You say someone's action is bringing the army to come and kill us. Someone came into this struggle 2019. Before 2019, were the army not killing us in our place? Before someone raised an army, we were protesting on the street with flags. Were the army not killing us with flags? So if you say what someone is doing is not okay, none of you have been able to say, okay, this is an alternative. You just come here, someone is killing people in our place, and you don't even have one evidence to show someone that someone is killed.
Oh.
If you don't want to survive, if you don't want to support Biafra, stop. Someone says, oh, he went to the social media, whatever, he can't see the first 250 million people. The last election that brought Tunumbu, were not up to 30 million people that voted. So why was the election not cancelled? Because over 170 something million did not vote. It doesn't work like that. If you want to vote, you go and vote. Yes or no. Nobody's stopping you. So we should stop coming here and attacking Simon for doing what he's doing while we don't have an alternative to what he should do better. If you can't give us an alternative, then keep quiet. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much.
You see, these people are very, very correct. Yesterday, our PM was on Dr. Damage's platform being interviewed, and many people were voicing, saying their mind, telling us what they want us to hear, So, my people, this is it. This is it. There's another one. Let's listen to it.
With different style of leadership. So, no matter what is going on, those people understand who they were. You might disagree with where they are going to or how they are going about it. But you cannot disagree the fact that they know who they were. And that is what is actually keeping them to survive. That's the inspiration behind the struggle. We know who we were and we know what we can do. So, and at this point, if there's anything I get from Simon Ekpa, I think it doesn't matter if you understand or you don't understand. With time, you will get caught up. Because if you look at history, no actually country today, from Haiti to the America to the Chinese, every true free nation in this world, if you go down to their history, now some elements they start out. We no agree. Everybody will go against them. But if they keep going, at a point, the government itself will back them up. That's what happened in China when you're talking about the Boxer Revolution. The Nigerian Civil War that will come, it's not going to be about tribe, but religion will play out and technology. At that time, maybe we will understand if this agitation is still going. They might be the savior. Because it's coming, whether we like it or not. Because what they understand that there are a group of strangers who are coming to make sure they don't exist anymore. And that's how it is in the animal kingdom with it. If you don't have the spirit of conquer, you stand a chance to be conquered. It's as simple as that. The jungle that we call this earth, if you don't have the spirit to conquer, you stand to be conquered. It's happening, even up to today. What do you think is happening in Gaza? So, I know at this point, when somebody talk, say, I know him before and I don't know him again. That is deep and it's a fact. What changed for me between him is that I come to understand the change, the transition between who he used to be and who he is now. Because that was the question I wanted to ask him the first time he came on Dr. Damage's show. That why do you want to destroy the launching part, the part that launched you to what you are today? And I use that phrase to connote the events that he does.
Yes, Larry, many of them are jealous of our PM, but they can't do what he's doing. Do you know there was a time they went and did juju on our PM, and he was sick for almost 2-3 weeks. He almost died, but he survived it. These people, they go all length to do whatever they are doing. And that was a Ejiofor, because a Ejiofor is taking money from government, the DSS, and from the governors. He is the go-between. That's why Onyendu sacked Ejiofor as his lawyer. And all these people talking about Biafra when Onyendu was there, and now that our PM is here, they are against him. Why were you people talking about Biafra? That's hypocrisy. That is so hypocritical. You are talking about Onyendu has been unfortunately abducted. You want to drop the freedom you were fighting with him. And the person that took it up, you are attacking him. You know, from all fronts. What is he doing wrong? They will say that it's Simon Ekpa that is killing our people. How can Simon Ekpa want freedom and he will turn around and be killing the people he's fighting the freedom for? It doesn't make sense. It doesn't add up. Because there are things people will say. In fact, you will look at it and it will be straightforward and it will be arguable. You know, everything in life is about logics. How you can present your case and it will stand tall. And people will believe you. There is no how anybody will come today and say to Mazi Nnamdi Kanu or Ojukwu or Wazirike, you are killing Biafrans, while they are fighting for the freedom of Biafrans. It doesn't add up. That's why I agree with Lanre. That is jealousy. Jealousy. Because let me tell you, somebody called me from Niger. The person told me that it is the name of Simon everywhere now. That Simon is a household name in Nigeria and in Biafra land. Abroad here, that's Simon's name. You can imagine. A young man that was not there, 1935, 1943, 1950 something, 1960 and 66. He was only born in the 80s. We were all one Nigeria at a point. But that one Nigeria is not working anymore because it's now 1001 Nigeria. In the South, we have we observe English law. And that English law, they polluted it. Because the court will make number 4th man in the election number 1. Example is Hope Uzodinma. Emeka Ihedioha won the election. And they gave it to Hope, who was number 9. Yeah. Yes. Yes. Sorry, my brother. Let me read well what you've written. He said the jealousy and the envy of PM from this set of ill-gotten people is out of this world. But the last one, Joko, as Mama Victoria used to eulogize PM, damage every Okoko in that gossipers platform. Yeah. Yes. The jealousy is too much. When people are talking, if you are sensible enough, you know where they are going to and where they are coming from. He said, you see the likes of forefathers, Tone Jagon, including electricity. They are nothing enemy of freedom. Yes, I wonder their mother was absent yesterday. Mama H.O. They all gathered and attacked PM 2 years ago. Yes, that Mama, I heard her. She was screaming her head off. But don't mind them. Go and ask them now. Go now and ask them. Because what is happening in Nigeria now, it doesn't give anybody mouth to talk. It doesn't.
What me and have in common, which is sport. He's a triple jumper. As a triple jumper, you come back. That board that you land on, back, that's the launching pad. So I use Nigeria as a metaphor. Why do you want to destroy Nigeria that give you the opportunity? But we never get the time to have that conversation that day.
Okay, like this guy talking about destroying Nigeria. This is the same thing they talked about Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, that Mazi Nnamdi Kanu is destroying Nigeria. Now, Mazi Nnamdi Kanu has been incarcerated and is still being detained tightly and securely on the ground at DSS, isn't it? DSS dungeon. What is going on now? Do you know that Igbo man is not allowed to rule Nigeria? I have a proof here. Let's finish with this video and I will bring Showore's video.
But by the time I decide to say, let me go deep to what actually happened in the Biafra, what is the role of the Western world, I begin to understand the transition where this guy play. So I start seeing him or assessing him from who he is as a person, but from two angles. I start assessing him from the ideology that he represents, which is the Biafra ideology, and his style of leadership. Don't have to agree with it, but it's effective. No, I am not the one recognizing him. The Federal Republic of Nigeria recognized his leadership. That's why he's a wanted man by the federal. Clearly, that's why I thank him. I gave him 3 thanks. Thanks for coming. Thanks for being this clear in your submission. But most importantly, thanks for the response you gave Dr. Damiji. So the ideology is Biafra. In case you don't know what that means, go do more of your research. It's rooted in self-preservation and self-government, and there's lots to that, because the country I live in today in America, the people who are here now, nobody so they look like before.
Thank you. Thank you very much.
Mr. Electricity, please, do you mind? Let me just address all the politics. I was on the platform the day on Dr. I wasn't on the platform. I was watching. You said that His Excellency did not answer you. He answered you. You said that was then. That's what he told you when you wanted to bring that up. He said that was then because you came to him as someone that knew him. But he just told you, it's like to you, it's like, hey, is this somebody that I know? Yes, that was then. That's what he said. yeah. So
thank you. You're right. I appreciate that. Thanks for that clarification.
Thank you.
Yeah.
So my people, let me show you what Showore said, and you will understand why the position where we are, where we have been kept all this while, and what is going on in that zoo.
Nigeria has an Igbo problem. There is a secret memo in government that whenever we take charge in this country, be careful of the Igbo. Don't give them position. Don't give them opportunity. Otherwise, they will back. For an Igbo man to survive in Nigeria, as it is currently put together, Nigeria must break.
Wait, the meeting you had, yes, you are telling us now that Nnamdi Kanu.
Don't you know what happened in the COP program in this country, where people were slaughtered and their bodies, their heads placed inside the train going out? Even our parents.
Wow.
Tell us. Igbo, in 2024.
Even our parents tell us, Igbo. But Igbos are the one that has been developing everywhere they go to. I won't say that others don't, but Igbos are not of a lazy tribe. We are not criminals. Some of us may be, because they may be thinking this national cake. If we sit down here watching, when are we going to get our own? But the orientation of an Igbo man is that you must get up early in the morning, look for what to do, eat, pray, go to church, because we are Christians, all of us. Forget about Asari Dokubo and Nwoko. The only thing they do that is that they want these people like they did in Northern Ireland and England. When Irish say we want to leave, British carried some people, went and kept in, is it Southern Ireland? When these ones say we want to go, the other ones we say we don't want to go. That That is it. That's the style Fulani is used. They want to Islamize somebody in that high sea where they want to go and read their Quran. But Yoruba say Irolumpa. Now lie then they talk. It can never work. You see that Biafra this time with our PM and MSEN'S, it has come. It's only story how it came that we have to live to see. Look at it. He said it here. Let me replay it. It's a very short video. You know, very, very short video.
In this country, be careful of the Igbo. Don't give them position. Don't give them opportunity. Otherwise, for survive in Nigeria, as it is currently put together, Nigeria must wait.
He said it's a memo. You know, you all know what memo is. When you have a memo, that memo is like a reminder of what must be done and has to be done and will never be left undone. That's what a memo is. And that memo reminds you all the time of the position where you have to keep that particular thing for it not to happen or for it to happen. He said they have a memo because this guy is in a media, so he should be able to know. And in Nigeria, is either a Fulani man is ruling. Nobody in Nigeria will believe that the real owners of the North, the Hausa man, has never ruled that country. Sadwana of Sokoto is a child, son of Osman Danfodio from Sahel. Abubakar Tafawa Balewa, a Fulani man. Shagari, a Fulani man. Abacha, Fulani. Where are they? All these people that ruled Nigeria. The only person that ruled Nigeria that is a Christian, but not an Igbo man, is Yakubu Gowon and Babangida. These are non-Fulanis. The rest are all Fulanis or Yoruba. And that is the memo. Because I don't see how Obi won that election landslide victory. Even in Lagos, Obi won. In the North, Obi won. And the law says, the electoral law says in Nigeria that for you to be the leader of Nigeria, you must won the FCT, the Federal Capital Territory. Tinubu did not, but because it has been there by them and their foreign allies, Igbo man must never be allowed to rule Nigeria because of the oil and gas that they are stealing. Even chicken, fowl, when a hen lays an egg and is on top of that egg, you want to come and take it, it will fight you. But we have the oil and gas, we can never talk. So my people, this is what we are going through. Listen to Showore again.
Nigeria has an Igbo problem. There is a secret memo in government that whenever we want to take in this country, Igbo, don't give them position. Don't, otherwise they will back. For an Igbo man to survive in Nigeria, as it is currently put together, Nigeria.
Wait,
For Igbo man to be free in Nigeria, that Nigeria must break. And that is what is happening. And it is going to happen. Let them keep their Nigeria and let us keep our Biafra. Simple and short.
Yes. You are telling us now that Nnamdi Kanu.
You know what happened in this country where people were slaughtered and their bodies and their heads placed inside the train going down south? Even our parents. Wow. Tell
people.
us. In 2024, detaining Nnamdi Kanu against all the court rulings.
Yes. You see, MSEN'S Nnamdi Kanu against all the court orders in 2024. That's what he is saying. So, my people, there's a lot going on, but we want Biafra. We want Biafra. We don't want anyone to stand on our way. We don't. You know? We don't. Let me see if this one has been played.
Kind of disappointed in you. Sometimes go straight to the point, because people are angry in that country. People are suffering in that country. If people like Samuel Ekpa then can rise up, so they can rise up. If you don't want to support them, don't discourage other Nigerians. Well, not everybody is doing well in that country. People are suffering. We need force by force. If they hold us by force, we should fight them by force. Not come and say, don't say this. They sleep, anyola. Why things are, they are living well, others are dying with our money. Thank you for electricity, man.
Thank you. Michael, you have the floor. You have 3 minutes, please.
Hello. Thank you, boss. Can you hear me?
Yeah, we can hear you loud and clear.
This very, very quickly. Yeah, let me start with the guy called the forefather. You see, the thing about these people is that these guys just want to hate on Simon, but they don't even have a reason to hate him. How can you come here and tell us that we should not follow someone because it has a flag at the back? And while we are talking about freedom, how does that make sense to you?
Hello.
All of you were here during the time of COVID. You saw how the northern borders were open. Fulani were trooping into Nigeria without any accreditation, without any documentation. How many of you have asked yourself that those people we saw during that time that were trooping into Nigeria, where are they right now? How many of you can give account where those men are? Do you know how many of them that are in our land in the southeast right now that we cannot give account of? You see, when we come to talk about the Biafra issue, a lot of you think it's about segregation and presidency. Biafra is a fight for survival. Because as it is right now, we don't even know who is an Igbo person or not anymore in our place. We need Biafra so that we can survive. So we'll be able to police our own borders. We'll be able to know who is coming in and who is going out from our place. We'll be able to know who we are, how many that we are. If Biafra is not all about politics, the guy forefather keep talking about politics, change government. Were you not here when Imo State did the election and they brought what is his name? Hope Uzodinma from 4th place to 1st. What did you do? How many elections have they done in Nigeria where someone actually wins? 2-3 days later, they tell you that Supreme Court has judged somebody else a winner. What have you done? It is too late to go and fight Nigeria politically because the people who have taken over Nigeria have taken over every position. In the southeast, how many police commissioners are Igbos in Igbo states? You have police commissioner in Imo State and Hausa man, police commissioner in our area that don't know anything about us. They are Fulanis. How do you deal with all this? He just hates Simon for no reason. You can't tell that Simon is killing our people. What evidence do you have? If you give me an evidence that Simon is killing our people, I will give him 1 million naira wherever he is today. You don't have evidence. Nothing to show. You just want to come and destroy someone's image because you don't like him. This is wrong. We can't keep doing this. Survivor, so that our unborn children can survive. If you don't like what Simon is doing, then keep quiet or give us an alternative. You say Simon action is bringing the army to come and kill us. Simon came into this struggle 2019. Before 2019, were the army not killing us in our place? Before Simon raised an army, we were protesting on the street with flags. Were the army not killing us with flags?
Sorry, my people. I will. That Trump has appointed as his COS was the lobbyist for Mazen Nnamdi Kanu. We all know that Trump has come with real fire, and Nigeria is not going to go scot-free from it. When Buhari was he traveled to America, and Trump was asking him, Why are your Muslim brothers killing my Christian brothers? Buhari just waffled and never gave a clear answer to that question. And it is clearly very obvious. They can't hide from this. Sending Osibanjo to America, I don't think nothing of such will work. But let's see how it goes. Let's listen to this guy on the video here, what he has to say.
This 10th day of November 2024. There is an information at my disposal that came yesterday, and what could that be? The presidency, when I mean the presidency, the federal government of Nigeria allegedly held meeting yesterday for them to start lobbying against Biafra agitation to the new government that is coming in America. That sounds funny, right? That sounds irrelevant. It doesn't make sense. How would presidency start lobbying against Biafra agitation and IPOB to the new president-elect? By the way, Trump has commented Egypt and Kenya. I don't know whether he's like the giant of Africa, but that is a topic for another day. Now, this is a disturbing news to the presidency. And why is it a disturbing news to the presidency? Stay with me throughout this video. I am going to decode one of the greatest secrets about Biafra agitation, Trump's government, and the Nigeria government that you have never heard before. Now, I am going to tell you that one of the most important things to Tinubu's government now is to convince the government of Donald J. Trump why there should not be secession in Nigeria. And why is it so? Donald J. Trump just announced that the co-chair of his campaign, Susie Wise, will be his own chief of staff. And who is Susie Wise? Susie Wise is the lobbyist of Nnamdi Kanu before the Congress in America. Nnamdi Kanu, through the IPOB during the time Nnamdi Kanu have not been put into detention, was paying Susie Wise company. She has a lobbying company that lobbies for people if you want to do anything. It's not only about the Biafra agitation. She lobbies for both tobacco companies and so many companies in America. Now, why is this a disturbing news? Susie Wise personally have interest about the liberation of people who are being punished because of their self-determination. She's in love with that. And that is why she found interest about Biafra agitation. Now, in the year 2020, they asked Nnamdi Kanu to come closer to Donald Trump's campaign and so on and so forth, so that when Donald Trump becomes the 46th president of America, it will be easier for them to do everything they have planned. Unfortunately, Donald Trump lost the election. During the campaign, you saw Nnamdi Kanu was invited by the head of the Republican Party in the state of Iowa. Nnamdi Kanu was there in the VIP, the news trended, the period, but people don't understand what was going on, underground, if I may say so. Now, after Donald Trump lost the election, it seems that the whole plan has been shattered. And the new Biden and Kamala Harris, they don't have interest about people who are dying. And that is why even when so many people were massacred, orchestrated massacre against the Christians on Christmas Eve, where they killed almost 200 and something people, they sacked the village in Plateau State, the whole world leaders almost reacted, but America did not react because they don't find interest in doing all those things. The only thing they have interest is that Nigeria should be able to allow men who want to become women to become women, people who want to become cats to become cats. They should allow everybody to live the way they want. That is what interests Joe Biden and Kamala Harris. Now, here is the tension. This woman has been appointed by Trump as the chief of staff. And this is the most important thing to the Nigeria government at this moment. Why? Because Biafra agitation, despite Nnamdi Kanu's detention, is going to get a new twist. And people don't understand how the international politics controls a lot of things that happen in Nigeria. Before I go forward, let me just digress a little to tell you that the Democrats, their party, that is the left wing of the United States politics, they are responsible for so many things that are going on in Nigeria. I could remember how Goodluck Ebele Jonathan went to Barack Obama and begged Barack Obama, I need help in my country to fight against Boko Haram because people are sponsoring these terrorists and so on and so forth. Barack Obama was looking at Jonathan like someone who is non-entity because for him, he has killed Gaddafi. and he's ready to do undo to any president in Africa. That power was intoxicating him. So Barack Obama single-handedly facilitated the removal of Goodluck Jonathan. Even while Nigerian election was going, Barack Obama sent troops to Ghana, waiting in Ghana. If anything happened, they would help to remove Jonathan. So Jonathan saw all those things and he gave up by making call to Buhari, even when Professor Akahiro Jega, the INEC chairman then, has not announced the election. Now, let us come back to what is happening. Why the federal government is interested to negotiating to the new government that is coming to America, because they are afraid that the government is going to wholeheartedly support Biafra agitation because of marginalization and persecution of the minority people from. Let's dive into the news. So, following this development, Sahara Reporters published yesterday that how Donald Trump's new chief of staff, Susie Wise, worked for IPOB movement in 2019 through her lobbying firm. The article was written on November 9, 2024. Days ago, Trump, who defeated Vice President Kamala Harris in a tight presidential contest, had selected his campaign manager, Susie Wise, to serve as his chief of staff. Here's the details of the article.
So, my people, from what you have heard so far, you will see the entire politics that is going on in Nigeria. Nigeria will not escape this. Their terrorism and their nature in politics. It is clearly very obvious that they want to Islamize the whole country, and it is dead on arrival. As you all know, our Prime Minister, Mazi Simon Ekpa, has done and dusted everything. We are leaving Nigeria, no doubt. This coming 2nd of to be the ceiling on everything, the icing on the cake. All hail Biafra, peace, progress, unity, and equity. Everybody should pray for our Mazi Nnamdi Kanu and our. Yes, my people, they have to be prayed for. As we progress in this, I will have to tone it down because we have a meeting in relation to what is going to happen during our meeting at Finland. So let me play this video quickly.
Carries significance for millions of individuals who believe in the declaration of Biafra as a new independent nation. This movement, which has its roots tracing back to 1967, was born out of a hope that one day freedom will be attained. Anticipations run high. Could this finally be when the long sought after Biafra comes into being? Do the supporters of this movement possess the legitimacy to pursue these aspirations? What are the underlying rationales driving these plans? As the countdown to the 2nd of December begins, we embark on a journey through a brief history of Biafra on this first part of our 3-part series, examining the series of events that have shaped the narratives of Biafra over these decades. Welcome to Let's Talk About It, and today I am with Ms. Grace, and we'll be discussing the impact and of Biafra so far. So Biafra has been a short-lived republic that lasted from 1967, and this is what actually led to the Nigerian Civil War. So what do you have to add on that?
Well, you know, of Biafra has been the 90s and the 20s. You know, we hear about the school, how it came about, and just like you had mentioned, the reason for the Nigerian Civil War, you know, that war that led to massive killings of women, children, and men in this country, was because the federal government was trying to take over the town. And
Sorry, I have to change this because I don't want it to be other too long.
The time you kidnap Biafrans and enforce their disappearance is over. And of course, Biafrans that are going to be victims of this kidnapping by the Nigeria state, all you need to do is to lie on the floor of whichever or whatever vehicles that they are using to transport you. We may not be able to rescue everyone, but if you happen to be a victim of the Nigeria kidnapping terrorist group and those enforcing the disappearances of our people, if you are part or become a victim of this kidnapping, all you need to do not struggle with them. You do not have what it takes to defend yourself. All you need to do is, when they take you to their vehicle, make sure you lie down very well, because you don't know when the people that will rescue you will come. The only reason you are going to be succeeded in kidnapping you is that we don't have idea of it, or that the Biafra Defense Forces don't have idea that you are kidnapped. That is the only way they will take you to their own destination. Otherwise, we will come with a heavy, more firepower to stop them. So if you fall a victim from today, being the 10th of November 2024, if Nigeria terrorist police and army kidnap you in Biafra land and they take you to their vehicle, make sure you lie down very, very well, where your head and nothing will show. Because that kidnapping, we are ending it. Anywhere we see anybody being kidnapped, forced into any vehicle so that we enforce your disappearance, they will be ruthlessly engaged. Except there is no Biafra security there. That is the only when they can succeed. But once there are security of Biafra, you are mandated to go into action immediately to rescue that Biafra. Make sure those kidnapping those Biafrans are eliminated. From today, this will continue until we get to our convention, to make sure that our people are protected. The life of every Biafran is very important to the Biafra government. And we go we have denied them, for they are here with alternative to serve humanity and mankind. Thank you, ODUMEGWU.
And so, I bring to you the Prime Minister of the Biafran people, the Obato Obie Yagone Chamber of BIAFRALAND, this which the US rejected, it has become the chief cornerstone. He's Prime Minister of the Biafran people, the Commander-in-Chief of the Armed Forces of Biafra. The only reason why Nigeria is still where the indigenous people is because of the Prime Minister of Biafra. They want his head on a spike, but yet he's the only savior that has come to remove Simon Ekpa from the space today. Everyone in one Nigeria will buy it, because the terrorists have taken over the whole place. So join us as we bring to the screen a live interview of the Prime Minister with Dr. Damage. We'll heal some damage on Dr. Damage's head. Thank you. So, Prime Minister, please push the Prime Minister to the table from there.
In April 2001, Rafu was the leader of the movement for the actualization of the sovereign state of Biafra, myself, this United States. I traveled from Boston to New Jersey to meet him. I listened to him. I think I remember him bragging about how he will return
You mean there is no voice? Hello, Freeman. We do not have a specific date. When Biafra, we're going to give back people their money. That's why we have a time period. And in that time period, when Biafra is restored. All right, my people, I have to bring the program to an end. Yeah, bad network. Good evening, sister. No voice, no voice. All right. Please, my people, I have to bring the program to an end. I see you again tomorrow. Thank you all so much for watching. And I will have to end it. Thank you so much. Thank you,